How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I have something that I'm really excited for. I'm going to be playing a challenge video against another content creator, and he's just recently started up a YouTube channel. He has a Twitch channel as well. I will go ahead and link those in the comment section down below. We are playing against YeYo Gaming, and we will be using an all lefty squad, and YeYo will be using an all righty squad. So it's the lefties against the righties challenge. And we have a pretty good team. We have a solid lineup with a lot of power, some decent defense out there. And then, of course, the bullpen is the one thing that's kind of lacking. We have a couple golds and then a couple silvers in there, or one silver and Chris Sale. But we are going up against YeYo. He's a good friend of mine. He's a really good player at this game as well. He has the Honus Wagner, just recently unlocked him, so he'll be using him as he is a righty, as well as a lot of other power-hitting right-handed hitters. So this should be a great game. We have Tony Gwynn leading it off. We're going up against Bob Gibson, and I'm just looking to try and get something going early in the first inning. We will be the away team in this video simply because we had a little bit of a difficult time setting up the friendly game. Something's been going on with PlayStation, or something's been going on in the game where sometimes the name doesn't necessarily pop up. We tried to close the app and everything. But anyway, we are in this game. We are the away team. We would have been playing at Ship It Field regardless, but finally get a first inning base hit off of the head of Bob Gibson. So luckily we're not playing with injuries on or anything. I don't know if he would have been injured in that situation, but definitely a play that could have changed the game, and I'm glad that it didn't, because it would have been much more interesting for him to have to go to his bullpen right there rather than use Bob Gibson, which was a starting pitcher. And with this one, we have Clayton Kershaw on the mound, the best left-handed pitcher in the game, so that is an advantage. At the same time, I know that YeYo is a great hitter. I have to be extremely careful on what I throw into the zone. I know that he's going to be able to turn on every pitch. I know that he's going to be able to go the other way as well. So I'm looking to attack all quadrants of the zone, not get too predictable. And luckily, I hit my spot there on that 12-6 curveball on the outer half, because he still hit it rather well and pulled it to left field. But Ted Williams does make the play. So we both give up one hit in the first inning, but neither one of us are able to capitalize and score a run. We have George Brett leading this next one off, grounds out to first base. Joe Morgan now up at the plate, and I haven't really used this card all that much. He's a really good player, but I've just been using Roberto Alomar. I've kind of used some other second basemen, tried out Jackie Robinson, stuff like that, but it's a great opportunity for me to use some of these guys that I haven't necessarily used. I also don't have the Signature Series Brian McCann, so he is the catcher in this one, the breakout Brian McCann, which is still pretty good. He hits righties really well, and I knew that I was going to be facing all righties, so I figured that that would be the matchup. I also couldn't really find a left-handed Signature Series shortstop. I had to go with Didi Gregorius, so there's a few cards at the bottom of my lineup that aren't the greatest. However, I was able to take the lead, so 1-0 game. YeYo responds right back with a double from Frank Thomas off the wall there. He drew a walk with Rogers Hornsby, brought up Josh Donaldson, and Josh Donaldson is going to send one deep, see if Ted Williams can get to it, and he actually keeps the ball in the yard there. And Frank Thomas got messed up on the bases. We are going to be able to throw him out at third base. A really strange play. That's the first time I've ever seen that. But at the same time, it's nice to see that Ted Williams is able to at least attempt a robbed home run and make the play, and actually recorded an out on that last play. So kind of saved me in this inning, because he gets a base hit up the middle. He's hitting the ball hard every single time. Line outs, line drives for base hits, home runs that are kept in play somehow. But 1-1 game, so I'm glad I was able to minimize in that last inning. We have the top of the lineup up in this following inning, and this is a huge inning for me. I really need to get something going, simply because YeYo is a really good hitter. If you haven't seen some of his content on Twitch, go ahead and check out his channel. He goes 12-0 consistently. He makes World Series consistently. He's a great opponent and definitely an amazing dude as well. For whatever reason, anytime I go into his stream and type something into the chat, he starts to hit, so I was afraid that he was going to just go off in this game, mercy rule me or something like that, just because we have that sort of connection. I don't really know what it is, but the same type of thing for him. If he comes into my chat and starts talking it up in there while I'm live streaming, then I seem to hit the ball well. It happened the other day in viewer games. It seems to happen every single time. It's just really strange. But anyway, I really need to capitalize on some of these base hits. I was hitting the ball hard, just missing it at times as well. But I know that for YeYo at the plate, he's going to be able to get something going. He's going to respond right away. I had an opportunity in that last inning, a leadoff base hit. I wasn't able to capitalize, and that's the big thing so far. I mean, he was able to hit with runners in scoring position so far, and the first time I was able to as well. I had Brian McCann go the other way. It was kind of a late base hit. I think that he has squared up the ball more consistently than I have up until this point. But we are kind of in a jam here. Base is loaded. And I thought that he might have left early on this play. So maybe that's why he decided to go back to third right there. I thought with a pretty good jump, he had an opportunity to score. But I know that Yayo's a smart base runner. He's not going to take any chances, especially this early in the game. And Josh Donaldson is going to capitalize. Sends a home run there, a grand slam. And with 2 outs, I mean, that was a very big at-bat. I had already gone to a mound visit earlier in the inning simply because I had given up a couple base hits. And there was a chance for him to kind of break the game open, which he did. So far, he's definitely outplaying me. He's got the big hit, and I need to kind of get something going. Try and hit a couple solo shots will be nice, but really just base runners and base hits is what I'm looking for. And George Brett puts one up on the board for me, so 5-2 ball game. It's still within reach, but at the same time, I have to really shut down Yayo at the plate if I want to try and make this comeback. We both have right around the same amount of hits, but that's the big difference is Yayo is able to hit the home run and the big hit with runners on. But anyway, we have Brian McCann up at the plate. I've only used this card for this game. He had the RBI earlier in the game and sends one deep on 3-1 pitch. I think Yayo is just trying to throw a fastball or a sinker over the middle to try not to walk him with the pitcher on deck. Wanted the pitcher to lead off the next inning or potentially be the next batter if I was able to get a base hit. But the home run definitely puts the game within reach. It's a 5-3 game, so we just need to try and put up a 0 on the defensive side. So far, we haven't really been able to shut down Yayo at the plate. We're only a few innings in. It seems like he's had a great chance to score each time. He's going to go ahead and pinch hit for his pitcher in this situation. Ian Kinsler gets a very early rolled over hit there. I don't know what happened, but felt like it was a decent pitch, just a better piece of hitting, and he puts the bat on the ball. It finds a gap, and that's going to result in a double and a potential big inning for Yayo once again. So just as I scored a couple runs, now Yayo is threatening with a few of his own, and that's what good players are going to do. I mean, anytime you're going up against a top-notch player in this game that is able to use all fields at the plate, which means they're able to wait back on off-speed pitches on the outer half and pull fastballs on the inside half, I mean, they're just really tough to pitch to. Anything I threw in the zone, Yayo is squaring it up. He's hitting it. Even below the zone, slightly below the zone, off the plate a little bit, he was still able to put the bat on the ball. Definitely hitting much better than I am. I was missing the ball at times throughout this game so far, but at least I was able to get away with one a few times here and there. Frank Thomas sends one deep to center field. I really don't know how that one was not a home run. I know he squared it up. It was good. It was a fastball from this Zach Britton over the middle. And once again, another sinker or another fastball over the middle of the plate. And Rogers Hornsby smacks it there. Luckily, I got the animation where Joe Morgan knocks it down and makes the play. Sometimes they just dive out of the way of those. But we're in trouble here. We have 2 outs already in the 5th. A quick inning from Kirby Yates. And squared a couple balls up, but right to his fielders. And the ones I just missed were tailor-made easy plays. So we brought in Aroldis Chapman, trying to manage the bullpen for the remainder of the game. I know that I don't want to go to Chris Sale, or there's a couple guys I don't really want to use if I don't have to. I have Billy Wagner. I have this Aroldis Chapman. I have a couple guys like Andrew Miller that are really good relievers, and that probably give me the best chance to put up a 0 against Yayo and try to shut down his right-handed lineup. This is a big-time challenge. I mean, for the most part in this game, these left-handed pitchers that I'm using, these relievers like Chapman, Billy Wagner, I've had a tough time controlling them. I don't really know what it is. Specifically in this year, in years past, I've had an easier time controlling lefties. But that does not really matter too much in this game. Yayo's hitting any good pitch I throw anyway. Any bad pitch I throw, he's going to crush it. I was just throwing that out there just as an idea, something that I noticed as well. I thought this hit with Lou Gehrig, I missed it completely. I mean, I was under it. It was a low and away pitch, and I dropped the PCI, but somehow it went out for a home run. And the very next batter, George Brett, I took a really ugly swing, struck out on the next one. Too late on a fastball, 100 miles an hour from this Rob Nen. It was just a really good pitch. I was not looking for a fastball up and away in that specific situation. Yayo had been attacking all quadrants of the zone as well. I mean, he was throwing the sliders in on the hands. He was throwing some really competitive pitches just off the plate, making it very difficult for me to determine if it was a strike or a ball. And I just having a tough time at the plate throughout this game so far. But luckily, I was able to score a couple runs, keep it a manageable game. 8-4 game so far. We brought in the Johnny Venters and he squares that up. That was a pitch that was low and away, not even a strike. He smacks it to right field. Luckily, Tony Gwynn bails me out there with that animation, running into the wall. We see that quite often with a lot of these diamond fielders. But anyway, we have Tony Gwynn square one up, line out to center field. And I mean, I lined out a few times in this game, so did Yayo, and I don't really think that that made that much of a difference in the outcome so far. I mean, 8-4 game, he's definitely hit the long ball, and that's really been the difference of the game. I've had pitches to hit right here with Ted Williams. I just missed it as I fly out to left field. Ricky Henderson makes the play. I decided to bring in Billy Wagner simply because this late in the game, I'm trying to put up a couple zeros so I can have a chance to come back. Yayo is still going to be able to hit Billy Wagner well, but at the same time, I'm just looking to try and get as many outs as possible. If I can extend him for a second inning, he's already at 17 pitches after this line out from Andre Dawson. I'm not sure if he'll be batting in this inning right here. He is due up in a couple batters, but anyway, I figured that that was the best move to go right to Billy Wagner. I really only have a couple lefties that I would like to use. Andrew Miller and Brett Cecil is one. I didn't want to use that idiot from the Pirates. That shouldn't be in the game anymore. I'm not even going to say his name, but didn't have him on the squad. I have him on my team in my binder, but I'm not going to use that card ever. Anyway, we're facing Eric Gagne now. Yayo probably had the advantage in the bullpen with this game, but I definitely had the advantage with the starting pitcher, and he definitely wiped that away. I mean, he smacked Kershaw around pretty good. Luckily, I was able to hit his bullpen guys a little bit better than Bob Gibson, which is kind of surprising. But in the last few innings, since he went to his bullpen, I was able to score a couple runs. Put up a few runs sparingly here and there, but not enough to really tie the game up at all. I mean, I was only winning for a couple innings at this point in the game. I had that 1-0 lead. As soon as Yayo tied it up, he just took the lead and went away with it. So that's kind of the way this game has gone so far. But Billy Wagner is indeed in this 8th inning, facing Jeff Bagwell, his pinch hitter, and he gives up a 2-run shot. As soon as I threw that pitch, the low slider, Yayo was all over it. I knew it was crushed. I'm still trying to figure out how he hit that pitch out, though, because it was below the zone, and sometimes I have a tough time elevating those pitches. So that was very impressive by Yayo, but definitely check out his point of view of the game as well, as he's going to try and break it open here in the bottom of the 8th inning. His last opportunity to hit, since he is the home team, definitely made it count. I mean, 12-5 game. He has Frank Thomas up. I went ahead and brought in Brett Cecil, simply because I didn't have any confidence with Andrew Miller. There was no way I was going to get the out facing Frank Thomas. I didn't get the out anyway. He smacked a double off the wall, brings up Rogers Hornsby, and finally got an out. There was already one out in the inning, but it just seemed like it was very tough to get outs in this one. It seemed like he got more base hits than outs at times. He does have 16 hits, but I have 10 hits, and he's gotten the extra base hits, hit with guys in scoring position, and has done some damage in doing so. Had a couple big innings. In the 3rd inning, he had a 4 spot. In this inning, he had a 4 spot, now a 5 spot, and it's a 13-5 game. So luckily, I get out of it with a line out to right field. Tony Gwynn makes the play, but there were line outs from both sides. I mean, a lot of his outs were line outs as well. So it was very tough to get him out at the plate in general. Everything he was hitting was good, squared up. It was hit hard, and I was really impressed with Yayo's gameplay in this one. But so far, I mean, just trying to make something happen. I mean, any base hits will count. We're in the top of the 9th. There's no real chance of me coming back in this game against Kenley Jansen, as the bat goes farther than the baseball on that one. But at least we scored a run, make it a 13-6 game. It's a 7-run game. It was a lot closer before those big innings from Yayo anyway, but definitely a good game all around. I do ground out to end the game, and Yayo takes this one. But the all-lefty, all-righty challenge, I thought that this was pretty cool. I did this last year once, and I figured I would go ahead and do it this year. So feel free to check out Yayo's video. His link will be in the comment section down below, and definitely hit him with the subscribe and follow him on Twitch. But until next time, everyone, I'm College Lefty, and peace out.